Hey everybody, this is Mr. B for Lamborghini for me, and we are at Lamborghini Paramus. Hey, I recognize that. That's the Urus SE that we did a test drive not too long ago. Nice. We got the invite from them. Special thanks to Lamborghini Paramus. We're actually going inside to see the Temerario. It finally arrived here, so it's a media day. Finally gonna see the car in person. That's gonna be exciting. I ain't gonna lie, I did not like the initial reveal of the Temerario in the media press last year. I don't know. It gave me McLaren, Ferrari type of feeling because, it's a twin turbo V8 engine. The design doesn't look too bad at all. I'm getting a good feel for it. So actually seeing it in person is gonna be exciting. So I'm very, very excited. It's gonna be delicious. Let's on our way now inside to check out the Temerario in person. So I guess that's it. This is it. It doesn't look bad. Beautiful verde color. Oh wow. All right. Special treat seeing this in person. The Lamborghini Temerario. I found out what Temerario means, and it means reckless. So that's pretty cool. I think the name suits it since it has 940 horsepower. It's beautiful. Doing a brief walkthrough around just to see how it is. I like the taillights here. Intakes everywhere. Look at that. It's an intake there, intake on the other side. It's V8 twin turbo engine pushing out 800 horsepower. And it has 3 electric engines, 2 in the front, 1 in the back, for a combined horsepower of 920. I'm gonna state that again. It's actually not bad. The carbon fiber, look how big the brakes are. Nice carbon fiber ceramic for brakes. Tens of tires. Interior seems good. Seems a little roomy. I'm gonna sit in it soon, along with the salesman. Initial thoughts. It's not bad. I don't know. It blends in too much personally. It's not in your face like the Huracan variants. It's now more of a bam. I have a Huracan Temerario. But again, it's early. It's just gonna be released in the market, so that's why. But first impressions, it's beautiful, it's elegant. But again, it's not that in your face, bam, I have a Lamborghini like the Huracan. Even the Gallardo, you know that it's a Lamborghini, Again, we're gonna do more of the tour. We're gonna ask one of the salesmen to do a tour with us and everything else with it, so it's gonna be nice. All right, folks, we're here at Lamborghini Paramus, and we have the one and only Giovanni Scalera, aka Gio. He's here with the Lamborghini Temerario. Introduce yourself, man.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy Gio here again at Lamborghini Paramus, getting to show you that new controversial car. I can't speak, damn it. So I'm here to show you guys everybody's favorite controversial car, the Temerario.
Temerario, let's check it out. It's a beautiful design, man, like for real. Like it's a huge change, right, between the Huracan and the Temerario. What are your thoughts about it, man?
Oh, I think this is gonna be a game changer of a car. And just like the Huracan, it wasn't liked at first, but now at the end of Huracan production, we see it as one of the most successful models that Lamborghini has ever produced.
Definitely.
And I personally feel that's going to be the same with the Temerario.
With Temerario as well, you feeling that it's going to have the driving sales, it's going to be just even better than before in terms of that?
I think it's going to be one of the most in-demand cars aside from the Urus.
Ooh.
I don't know if it comes down to the look, maybe the drive, but this car really is the perfect vehicle, especially if you're somebody on the taller side.
Oh man, because I keep hearing that inside, it has more room, more headspace. We're gonna go inside. You're gonna show me the tour inside, but
yeah, definitely.
What makes it so appealing that Lamborghini decided to, make this design in more of a sleek fashion? Because
You know what? I gotta give it to Lamborghini because we do think outside of the box.
That's true.
But we also know how to recycle some old ideas. And that's a good thing, especially when you're very fashionable and like to have that, you know, very unique design.
Definitely.
So if you actually come to the front and take a look, you'll start to realize there's some key aspects that we've taken from the Gallardo.
Yeah.
And if you come closer, you start to realize that it almost looks as if there's a bull at the front. You got the slanted eyes, you got the horns right where the mirrors are.
Oh, that's true.
And I don't know. I think Lamborghini did it again.
That's true. That's true. See, I didn't notice that it had the horns itself. But now, come to look at it, it does. It does actually.
Right?
It just has that design of the missing bull in there. That's cool, man. I like the hexagonal, you know, the lights and everything else. This is different, though. I ain't gonna lie to you. This is different. I don't know. It doesn't. How do you explain that?
How do I explain it?
Yeah.
It is simple. When you look out of your rear view mirror,
right,
you can tell distinctively what kind of car it is.
Yeah.
And of course, Lamborghini had to be distinctive with this design as well.
That's true. That's true.
If you think about it, you see a Revolto in your rear view mirror, you know exactly it's a Revolto.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
But now look at these hexagonal lights. You're not really going to see them on other cars.
That's true.
That's native only to Lamborghini, you know, staying structured with its DNA at the end of the day.
That's true.
So I know for a fact that if I look out my side view or rear view mirrors, I know exactly that it's a Temerario.
Temerario. See, once you made that good point, it makes sense.
Right?
Because you have to make it distinctive, you have to make it make sense, and it just stands out, you know? It's crazy. It's crazy old deal. The twin turbo V8. I know it's not the natural aspirated. We talked about this, but what's your thoughts on it right now?
The most controversial topic yet with this car. And you know what? I am all for this.
Yeah?
So
Okay.
let me ask you guys a simple question.
Right.
Have you ever seen a brand with a really good V8 twin turbo?
It's tough. I mean, you know, McLaren has been doing it, Ferrari, but Lamborghini, well, the Urus with its twin turbo V8, it's very reliable, I can say that. But for a mid-engine supercar, that's new though.
It is,
It's
and
new.
you know what? I have to give it to the Lamborghini team, and they did an incredible job designing the car.
Yeah.
So to make it very short and sweet, they accounted for every possibility.
Word.
So we like to call the design of the engine platform a hot V.
Hot V.
So basically the way that they strategically placed the turbos was in between the plane.
Okay.
So theoretically when you start up the car, give it a few seconds, turbos are warm, and you have almost instantaneous power.
Okay.
So that's pretty big, especially if you're coming with a car with two turbos
That's true.
and a hybrid platform.
That's true.
Because lag is the biggest issue when it comes to
Yeah,
having a
turbo lag.
car.
You're right. Yep.
So now the question is, how quickly do you get all that instant power? Lamborghini's still doing a job where they're trying to fine-tune the engine. So
That's
we
true.
have some time still.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited because this specific V8 twin turbo setup really is going to navigate the plane for the next 10 years.
Nice. It makes sense, and I agree with you because of its platform now heading into the hybrid EV, and you know, making the twin turbo V8 be more reliable and generate more power. Like what this one has, 800 horsepower just for the engine itself, or
Just about that.
that's crazy. That is ridiculous, and battery powered engines too as well, right?
Correct.
So, what does that generate? Like, how much horsepower? Like, we're talking about north of 900?
It's about 907 from all three motors plus the input of the V8.
907.
Now, what's crazy is this car is pretty light as well, especially if you get the Algerita package, all that extra carbon fiber, you know, some beautiful weight reduction.
Yeah.
But in theory, right, 907 horsepower, two electric motors in the front, and
Right.
one in the back,
Right.
but 10,000 RPMs. Let me say that again.
10,000
RPMs.
That's wicked.
With a dual clutch transmission.
That's true, too.
And best part, all-wheel drive. So
That's gonna be a monster.
my unpopular
Yo.
opinion, this might give the Revolto a run for its money.
That's what I keep hearing. Honestly, that's what I keep hearing, because with the comparison of the drive terrain, the engine, everything else in full completion, This one might, you know, make this thing scared a bit.
I don't know. I think this is going to be the more fun drive.
Yeah.
Against my beautiful V12. I love
Right.
it at the end of the day.
Yeah.
3 drift modes on this car?
Oh.
3? That really gives the user actual input, more raw, more fun.
Fun words. Yeah.
And you know what? Let's go back real quick. Can we take a look at these rims real quick?
Yeah, I was about to ask you about this. This is crazy.
These exposed carbon wheels, I love these. I love them and I hate them. You want to know why? Because if you don't get tire and wheel, it is going to cost you a pretty penny.
Yeah, it will. That costs a grip right there.
But you know something? I love what they did with this car.
Yeah.
The design is magnificent. I'll be honest, I never thought the idea of an exposed carbon rim would look nice, but
Right.
it flows perfectly with this car. And actually, talking more about carbon, I love this. This right here. So this is exposed carbon fiber, but as you get over, it's painted.
It's painted over, yeah, that's true.
It looks beautiful.
Definitely the contrast feel between the carbon and then the beautiful paint with this specific color.
So this is the new launch color, Verde Mercurius.
Verde Mercurius, okay.
I love how Lamborghini is going with a little bit of an astrological space type of theme with their colors.
Yeah, yeah.
And you know what? I really do love this paint. To me, this actually looks like the left side of the Italian flag. That actual rim.
With the green flag, yeah, the green portion of the flag. Yeah.
As an Italian myself, I'm like, this looks like the left side of the flag.
Hey man, gotta represent the DNA.
Honestly, I think inside is where all the...
I'm gonna hop in real quick with you. Let's hop in real quick. Yo, actually inside this interior, folks.
So,
give it to me.
Again, we still have a little bit of time before this car comes out, but they already did a fantastic job with the interior.
For real.
My guy Lamborghini, for me, ain't no short king. He's a very tall dude. And I have to say,
that's true.
I feel he looks comfortable. What do you think,
Whoa,
man?
wait, hold on 1 second. One second. Actually, I could fit in this better than any Huracan variant.
Right?
Like for real.
So
It's not bad. And I'm 6'3". I'm 6'3", folks.
I wish I was 6'3". Even if I was 6 foot, I'd be happy.
For real.
Short kings for life, though.
Hey,
but going
represent.
back to it, no. So Lamborghini, again, we try to appeal to everybody.
Right.
We really are the trophy brand, where you worked so hard your whole life and you get the car of your dreams. And you know what? Some of us guys in the U.S., we ain't no small people.
Yeah.
Some of these guys that come in and want to drive Lamborghinis, they're 6 feet tall. They're over 250 pounds.
Some are heavy set, yeah, man.
Some are ball players. Some are just workout. You know,
That's
all
true.
different types of sizes.
Very
And
true.
we needed to listen to them because they couldn't fit in a lot of our cars. The Huracans,
Right.
the Aventadors.
Yeah, tight in there.
So Lambo was like, we hear you.
Yeah.
So they redesigned the cabin space, and from the Huracan to the Temerario, they increased the headroom by about 38 millimeters.
Yeah, we got plenty of headroom right here. I ain't gonna lie to you. There's
then-
really good headroom.
And then legroom was extended about 51 millimeters.
Look at that. Beautiful.
And that's huge, especially if, again, you're somebody on the taller and heavier side.
True.
Now listen, I get into every car perfectly, but I want the taller people to actually be like, wow, I can fit
in this and get out of it, right?
Because being comfortable is a big part of the equation.
That's true.
And I don't want you to like a car, I need you to love it.
You love it.
But going back to the interior, first things first, that widget screen. How sick is that?
Yo, that's sick. Honestly, that's sick. We have a view. Explain more about this, man. This is very new to me.
All I'm gonna say is, whoever gets to sit in that seat is going to be the perfect passenger princess.
Yeah.
They will be able to tell you what mode you're in, how much fuel and battery range you have left.
Oh, okay.
And even what electric mode you're setting you're in. And that's big, especially if you're really locked in on driving.
On driving.
You have somebody to tell you. I think that's really cool.
That's cool. That's cool. More of a co-pilot, an actual co-pilot that will assist you and let you know with all the little alerts.
I mean,
hey,
correct. You think about it, this is designed like a fighter jet.
Yeah,
and
that's
it
true.
does take 2 to fly a plane, right?
That's true. That's true.
So no, listen, I think Lamborghini really went above and beyond with this design.
They did very well, man.
Now, look at the sound system. You ever hear of Sona's Favor?
No. Never heard of Sonus Faber.
So this is the new sound system that Lamborghini will be using in the Temerario.
Okay.
And it does sound pretty good. I may not be able to use it right now, but this is going to be the new standard for the car.
Okay. I ain't gonna lie to you. The Lamborghini systems are shit. Usually. Because, you know, you're more for driving.
Of course.
Focused on driving more than listening to music. But to have them use Sonus Fiber in terms of their effect, they're really listening. Like you said, they're really listening to the customer to make it all well-rounded. You know what I mean?
Well, like I said, going back to this is the trophy brand. Where if you worked so hard to get your dream car, who are we to say no?
That's true. That's true.
It's the truth, man.
It's true. It's very true.
I live under one ideal. If you worked for it, you deserve it.
Facts.
It's true.
Facts. I heard so many things about the modes of this car too. Especially, how many modes does this one have?
So, if I'm not mistaken, it's about 13 different drive modes between 4 different settings for your gas-powered engine and then your hybrid settings.
Jesus Christ. That is wild.
And again, we still have a little bit of time to go before the car's officially launching. So Lamborghini's still working some minor tweaks on, you know, the driving.
Yeah.
Of course, the electric powertrain.
Of course.
And some of the infotainment system. So all I know is when January of 2026 hits, watch. This car is going to be game changing.
Oh, we'll definitely watch. We'll definitely watch, man. You already got some in pre-order as we speak, so it's just coming in.
I'm excited because, you know, this really is the car where it's time to actually go all out. Lamborghini's adding to their palette of colors. The Lamborghini Lounge is becoming a hotter destination to get a more tailored and unique design.
Hey!
And I don't know. I feel like this has never been a better time to buy a Lamborghini.
That's true. That's true.
Like,
that's true.
We're in the middle of a whole refresh. Urus SC, Rivuelto, Temerario.
Yup.
What a better time
to be alive. A new era.
Insane.
A new era of Lambo. I'm telling you. A new era that is just gonna relive still keep its DNA and make it even better. I'm telling you, man. Lamborghini just steps it up.
Can I ask you a question, man?
Yeah, sure, man.
So, when you first saw the Temerario, just in pictures, were you a lover or a hater?
I ain't gonna lie to you, and I'm happy that you asked this question. I didn't like it.
Okay.
Personally, I didn't like it initially because it gave me that McLaren feel.
Okay.
It really did. But once I was reading the specs, once I was looking at it closely, and, you know, I still appreciate the Lamborghini and the direction that it's going. And then talking to you earlier this year and seeing it's starting to make sense, the reason why Lamborghini is going to this direction. So it's growing on me. Granted, it doesn't have that same welcoming feeling that I have for the Rivuelto, yeah. As soon as it came out, I was like, damn, this is badass. I can't wait.
So
this one is growing on me slowly, but eventually I'm gonna appreciate this car.
So I could go on and on and on, but I'm gonna start off by saying I was not the biggest supporter at first. I'm somebody that's very detail oriented, and there's just something from the pictures where I was like, I really need to see it in person.
Yeah.
And when I got the opportunity to do some training out at the Lamborghini Lounge in New York, I was very, very blown away when I finally got to see it in person.
Good.
You see the ridges, you see the tailored lines.
Yeah.
You actually feel the emotion when you're by the car. But you know what's even funnier? What you just said is exactly what happened with the Huracan.
Yeah.
When it was first released.
That's true. After the Gallardo. Yeah, that's true.
Everybody said the Gallardo's so nice. The Huracan is soft. It's weak. It's not a good car.
Yeah.
Fast forward to the end of 2024. It was sold out.
Yep.
Sold out.
Yep.
At the year 2022, 2023, there were no more Huracans.
No more.
And everybody hated it at the beginning.
Yeah.
So leaves me to believe that this is going to be the same
effect, right?
With the Temerario.
Yeah.
Because again, at first, pictures don't do it any justice.
That's true.
But when you see
it in person,
that's when you actually know it's the car.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, seeing really is believing sometimes.
It's true. It very is.
I've had a lot of people that have talked to me since last night, and they said, bro, Gio, you were 100% right. I needed to see the car in person.
Yep.
And you know what? I'm happy because once you see
it in person, it makes it.
Yeah,
it's true. I agree.
It's true, man.
It changed my thing too. Like I literally, it changed me. I'm like, when I came in, I was like, Temerario. I don't know. I ain't feeling it. Now it's like, okay, all right. Hey man, I have some soft spot for it right now. And eventually, once I see it on the road and drive it, and then once you drive it as well, it's like, all right, this makes sense.
It's fantastic.
Beautiful. So to open this car, you press this.
Yep.
Nice. Because I know for the STO, you have to pull this handle for the STO. So let's just switch to see how it is. See the.
You gotta go to work now? Yeah. Bro, let me know. Yo.
Oh shit. Pardon my French, but it's beautiful. Wow. I could actually, again guys, I'm 6'3" and I fit this very comfortably. They have the latch right here so you can pull it and pull it as back as you can. Wow. I could fit in this really well. This has much more room than any Huracan I've been in. Wow. Seriously, this is just...
So now, I need to ask you one more question.
Yes, please do.
Are you giving me the left or the right kidney for the deposit?
It looks like I have to give both of them. No, I need one.
That's what I've been telling people. I started taking crypto, I'll take checks, I'll take cash, but I'm opening up the black market. One kidney, half your liver, and your right eyeball, and you get the car.
Yo, this is hilarious. This fits well, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Man, I am very, very happy about this car tour and everything else. Gio, I appreciate you, man.
Yo,
like,
guys,
seriously.
Please, if you're looking for your next supercar, whether it's a Lamborghini or not, I'm here to help.
Yes.
Please check us out here at Lamborghini Paramus.
Yes.
Again, my name is Giovanni Scalero, one of the client advisors here. And I'm looking forward to
Yes.
seeing you guys real soon.
Definitely. I'm going to leave the information, everything else below so you can contact this man. This man, yo, his story, one day we're going to go over his story, but his story is inspirational, man. Where do you used to work? You used to work right across there?
Nah, bro, I was at the
Right
Starbucks,
at the Starbucks all the way?
over there, man.
And now look, fresh clients, Lamborghinis.
I still have my apron and name tag too.
Yo, see, like I said, Gio is the man to go to build your Temerario, for your Revuelto, for any supercar you have I vouch for this dude 100%.
Guys, please stop by anytime you want.
Yes. So I switched to my phone. Sorry about that. My camera was overheating, but we're actually wrapping things up here. There's some clients that just rolled in. They're very interested about the car, so we'll see what trims they build. It's very exciting. Special thanks to Lamborghini Paramus for the invite. I really, really appreciate the car. Now I have a soft spot in it. I ain't gonna lie. Like I said before, initially, it wasn't feeling for it. I really wasn't. But now, with the tour, special thanks to Gio. He did a miraculous job of giving us a tour and an in-depth view of the Lamborghini Temerario. It really is going to be a promising car. And also shout out to Lamborghini itself, man, for taking it to the new heights, to the new levels with the Huracan successor. Stay tuned for more videos of Lamborghinis. This is Mr. B from Lamborghini for me. Peace.